Hi guys, this is Loai with you from aschoolonline.com and welcome to this new lecture where you are going to learn how to create compound shapes, meaning one single shape layer containing many other shapes. And that will be very useful for you to create very complex shapes later on, animate them within the shape layer, and then animate the shape layer within your composition. I know it sounds a bit mysterious now, but you will see it's pretty easy and pretty simple. Let's create a new composition and we call it Walking Man, and that's what we are going to do. We leave it at 1280 by 720 and 3 seconds. Let's leave the background to black, we can see better. So I will start by creating the Walking Man. I will start with the ellipse and I will choose the color, for example, red. Okay, really plain red, something like this. And I want a stroke of, let's make it white, the stroke, and make it only 2 will do for now. Okay, I will click and drag to create the torso. So that's a nice torso. The man is a bit fat. Now you notice that a shape layer has been created, of course, and there is inside an ellipse. I can rename this ellipse. I will press enter and call it a torso. Okay, now that is very practical. Not only you can rename the layer, say man, but you can rename also the shapes inside the layer. While having the shape layer selected, I will select now the rounded rectangle and start drawing a leg, for example. That is a nice fat leg, it's cool, but I need to change the color. So I press on the selection tool and notice it will select for me the leg or the rectangle one I have done. I will rename it, let's say front leg. Change the color, let's go for bluish. Okay, something nice. You can do any color you want, no problem. And now I have two shapes inside the same shape layer. So they move as a single entity, and that is very practical and very powerful, by the way. So my shape layer can become extremely complex and move as a single entity, as a single layer. Now I will take front leg and duplicate it. I also rename it, say back leg. Okay. Now it is selected. I'm using the selection tool. I click on it and move it to the side. Cool. So now I have back leg and front leg, but I want the back leg to be in the back. Makes sense to you? So all I have to do is to click on the shape here and move it down behind torso. Notice the black line determines where the black leg is moving or where the shape is moving. And now it is behind. Pretty practical. They are a bit thick, these two. So I will choose the front leg, press Ctrl and choose the back leg and try to make them a bit thinner. That's not bad. Of course, you can do better than me. Okay, and then adjust them the way I want. Notice how I'm manipulating the shapes like if they were layers with their own delimiters to shrink them, to rotate them also, and their anchor points. Now let's create the hands. I will choose the shape layer, go to rounded rectangle also, click and drag to create the hand. Let's make the hand a bit longer and a bit thinner than the leg. So now I have a front hand, which I will press enter and rename to front hand. Again, I will take the front hand and duplicate it. I will have now the back hand. Notice how complex this shape is, but yet it is still in a single shape layer. Now I will come to backhand, choose my selection tool, press V and move it. I can move it anywhere I want. Cool. I will take the front hand here and move it over here. Now I can come to the rotation tool. Notice where the anchor point is here. I will just rotate it. For now, it's okay. Later on, we'll work it much better. And then I can rotate this one here and move it here. Now the back hand should go to the back. So I'll click on the shape and take it to the back. For example, behind the torso. So now I have almost a man, and it's pretty nice, pretty cool. You know, it's working. It's very easy. And notice the number of animations I can do here. If you remember, we can animate the rectangle in the size, position, and roundness. We can animate the transform here. And also, we will see how we can do much more powerful than this. So let's create the head. I will select the shape layer, choose ellipse, and come and create the head. Okay, that's a cool head like this. Fine. Yeah, I'm pressing spacebar to adjust it. Inside the head, I will press Alt and zoom in. I want to put an eye and a nose. The eye, I can use the ellipse, for example. I click and drag. Okay, make it like this. Fine, I'll select immediately. I can change the color. Let's make it dark blue so we can see the eye. And let's remove the stroke from it. Cool. Now I want to add the nose. I will do the same. I will click on the ellipse and add the nose here. You know, a nice, beautiful nose. Cool, guys. Let's change the color of the nose. For that, select my selection tool, press V, and go to fill and make the nose red. Okay, we want it real red. Here you are, and let's have no stroke. Fine. Now, this is not practical. Notice what's happening. I have here the head, and I have here the eye, and I have here the nose, right, guys? But when I'm animating, it is not possible to animate the head, then animate the eye, and animate the nose. There are three of them. So I need to group these three shapes in a single group. Here, I will introduce you to the add. The add can add marvelous things and marvelous ways to animate. But we are going to add a group. I will click on the small arrow next to add, and there is on top group empty. Now, I know you're going to start reading all this. Don't worry, we'll go through them, but specifically to do some animation with them. I will add a group. Notice what happened here. I will open it. A group 1 has been added. I will take that group 1 and put it on top, just for convenience here. Then I will take the nose, the eye, and the head, click and drag and drop them inside the group. Wow! Now I have a group that contains the three elements, the head, the eye, and the nose. If I open the group, I have the nose, the eye, the head, and I have transform group. So actually, when I will transform the group, for example, we rotate it, the three of them are going to rotate, of course, according to the anchor point of the group, which we will adjust later. But that is fantastic because here I can say complete head. Okay, makes sense to you. Let's correct here. Okay, so I have a complete head. I'm going to zoom out, take it a bit big, and notice the anchor point is here. In the next lecture, we will learn how to animate this one. For now, what have we learned? We have learned that in a single shape layer, you can assemble so many shapes, including adding groups of shapes. That's one, and it's very important and it's very powerful. So I would like you to go to After Effects now and create a nice man, nicer than the one I have created, because now that I'm looking at it, I was trying to explain to you, it is not really very beautiful, but this is the man that we will animate to give it a walk. I will see you in the next lecture.